Naomi likes to show off her figure. I wish I were thin like her. I envy her. You could go on a diet. I fell in love with Naomi at first sight. 3 months later, I took a chance to propose to her, but she turned me down. I met a man by chance. He's gentle and smart. What's more, he's single. His nephew was brought up to be modest and considerate. I introduced Bobman to folks, and they took to him at once. People should be judged not so much how they look, as by who they are. It's not their title that counts, that's for sure, exclaimed Bob. As a staff man put it, a man of vision will make good in the end. Keep in mind that youth is not eternal. I can't figure out why on earth everybody feels so much contempt for Bob. I can't help laughing at him because he keeps on making his mistakes. He'd be the last person to learn his lesson. To make matters worse, he isn't even conscious of wandering us. Since I was in a hurry, I put my gloves on inside out of mistake. David's fine and clumsy. When he leaped over the shallow stream, he stumbled and twisted his ankle. I'm scared of heights. You are a coward. The past man seldom, if ever, expresses himself in the public. It convinced me that all superstitions are irrational. I trembled with fear at the thought of an injection. Since Bob was lazy at heart, he frequently neglected his duties. While Bob was at work, Jennifer was at home absorbed in city soap operas. Bob likes cartoons, but I don't think much of them. As a matter of fact, they're boring. It occurred to me that he was holding something back, because he wouldn't look me in the eye. When her patience gave out, she grabbed his collar and squirted me. I must admit, we quarrel every now and then, but generally, we are on good terms with each other. Do you mind if I stop by your house? No, not at all. Be my guest. How long? Don't get so emotional, Lisa. I didn't mean to hurt you. Let's talk it over. You betrayed me. Please forgive me. How can I make it up to you? I'll get even. You should confess your sins rather than conceal them. Keep your word. Otherwise, you'll end up losing face. Bob sticks to this moral principle and believes that honest pays off in the long run. Cheer up. You couldn't help it. I did my best. I know. Don't dwell on the past. You can start over. Jane, please do me a favor and give me a ride to Times Square. I wish I could, but I'm tied up right now. As usual, Mike turned out at one time. He's very punctual. The other day, I ran out of gas in the middle of the busy interstate. I had skid turned it over and scattered it all over the road. He recalled that the collision had been avoided by sheer luck. In case of an emergency, get in touch with my agent right away. Jane, where are we heading? I think we're lost. We went in the wrong direction. Damn, pull over. My rusty Ford broke down, obstructing the intersection. There are so many fine scratches and dents on its surface. It's no use polishing it. Hey, we're stuck in a traffic jam. Chill out, Joe. Let's take a shortcut. We'll get there in time. I've got a flat tire. Can you give me a hand? I'd be glad to. The ambulance went under control and came close to running over a pedestrian. He contends the primitive life once exists on Mars. The crew is basically preparing for flights into outer space. They conducted a series of experiments under zero gravity. Many astronomers assume that the universe will expand infinitely. The astronauts aggregated a spontaneous applaud, fun and stood up with them. In part, it's due to acid rain. It is said that global warming is directly related to carbon dioxide emissions. The destruction of ozone affects the environment. The committee called on all nations to work side by side to curb air pollutions. A satellite was launched into the orbit to monitoring. The ecology has warned us time and again that petroleum is not only a blessing but also a curse. The continent is abundant in fossil fuels. The region is relatively rich in mineral resources. We account for approximately 2/3 of agriculture in production in the area. Fertile soil is indispensable for good harvest. A humid climate is characteristic of the peninsula. The active volcano erupts at irregular intervals. The Panama Canal connects the Atlantic with the Pacific. The geographic features here are similar to those of a bird picture. More often than not, famine is accompanied by plague. A devastating earthquake hit the state capital, leaving tens of thousands of residents homeless. Watch out! The setting is giving way. The weather forecast says the typhoon is likely to accelerate in the north coast. It's still up in the air whether the game will be called out or not. So what? It makes no difference to me. It's foggy, isn't it? It sure is. But chances are to clear up later on.